Pulse Bomb. If kevster can somehow find Violet during that rally, the fight completely ends for the Houston Outlaws. So that's something you got to be looking out for. And with Gladiators, they can also aggress and take a lot of space with Nano Danteh going forward.
Happy looking to try and get the better end first before kevster can do so. What a shutdown onto Babel. The Nano Boost still able to be active for this engagement, to lean in for this final fight as they are just approaching the 99. Happy on the outskirts though, dashing rapidly through the architecture. They need to get back to contest. They keep it into the overtime, but Glads are going to look for one last regroup to see if they can turn this back over with this lead in from Fearless too.
And I don't even know if they have the damage. I mean, the high noon is here from Kai trying to just zone, but actually doesn't manage to find anything. They do find the backline. Shu is taken down by Mega Grenade.
Oh, you have now the return with the Primal Rage. A sleep attempted, but instantly broken. Glad's going to be reduced to nothing as Outlaws in this initial round. Well, actually, FunnyAstro and kevster are holding on to this. They're looking to swap it back, and Outlaws at this point are going to be the ones that have to scramble, and they don't take it. What just happened?
Astro's insane. Astro is absolutely insane. The fact that he booped in Fearless while he was in Primal into the pit and just won that fight completely for the Glads. Glads, without that, no way they win there. There's absolutely no way, but somehow, some way, which is how the Glads have gotten to this point, when the fights are devolved, when they kind of can just go mano-y-mano, as you'll see with this boop right here. I mean, this wins them the round. 100% wins them the round right here.
The timing, the angle, just perfection as they will be knocked into their doom. The darkness overwhelms them, and that allows a first-round victory as we enter into the second.
Had reset quickly enough to where Yaki could get into that backline, and Dante's dive was perfect onto Shu, and they just get that kill. So Gladiators playing this defense already off at a perfect start. kevster close towards that Pulse Bomb, and Lastro's almost got a Nano.
And you can see this wide angle from Pelican getting sought out, though kevster keeping so much awareness to where they're at. There is a double take here for Danteh, 2 to add to the board, as once again, Los Angeles Gladiators able to really throttle against Outlaws, and Outlaws are having a problem getting through this.
This is so strange, because when we looked at Houston and like what the success was like they were going first all the time, right? They're playing aggressive. They're the ones who are setting the tempo. Glads right now are currently have full control of this tempo. Best to weather the storm of the EMP, but the healers just aren't there for the rest of the team. Danteh does get anti here though. Can he survive? He manages to get out 100 health.
Yep. Nice recovery here from the supports, topping him up, eludes the Pulse Bomb. Now the Kitsune Rush is going to give much more value on the defense for Glads as they dive into the back. The Pulse Bomb going to put insult to injury, but as they aggress forward, Outlaws able to hold strong. They break the shields, and now we're looking to play to the point.
Yeah, Outlaw, I mean, the Gladiators saw red there, especially with how Violet was a little bit too over-aggressive, and the Pulse Bomb almost hit. Actually, Nano onto Babel. Okay, this is a bit of an interesting decision, I think, right now.
Yeah, a little bit. As they look for another entry. They do. They're getting it just before completion. 3% is all that remains. A couple of decent shots. Yaki gets Violet. Are they going to pull this off? They've gotten to Pelican low. The recall is gone. And Babel is like, hi, friend. Come right back into my hitbox.
I'm sorry, Lastro. I'll never doubt you again. Do whatever you want on I mean, he nanos Babel to, I guess, keep him alive during that fight. And kevster was able to juggle enough to where they could get back onto the point. Lastro hits the fattest nade onto the backline.
Continue to rise, but they're able to play with this magnitude. Now as they draw back, they give space. Unfortunately, Lastro goes down because Fearless gets the better end of it. And they're gonna buy some more space to rotate around this cafe, and will look for these last 40 seconds to reach this completion.
Fearless has the Primal available to him, as well as the Nano. Just stomps directly onto Babel, and we'll probably find Yaki at the end of this.
I don't need to jump. I'm just gonna right click. No worries, that's fine. I'll charge it up. Bye. They're going to even force him back. They're going to guarantee this. They need to look for one more contest on this, but it's not going to be clean unless they finally get the recovery with Danteh. Now going to look to dive in onto this. The EMP is available. Harassment from Fearless. Gets Lastro again on the backside. Suzu keeps Danteh alive, but Happy's right there the second that it goes away. And that's going to be another checkpoint reached.
Yeah, Fearless is starting to take over this game right now, giving a lot more freedom at these moments. He's really finding the backline and dodge. I mean, the fact that he's able to dodge a lot of these cooldowns, specifically from that backline, is pretty impeccable.
Lands the jump, denies the headshot as the Dragon Strike comes in from the right-hand side upon entry. Flux grabs one, Gargoyle's in it, but has the kinetic grasp to mitigate the fire for the moment. Gets a decent enough shield to withstand as Shu tops them up and looks for re-entry. Babel almost goes down, but Lastro sticking so close to give that extra support. And same thing with Danteh. That shield covering them consistently, as this is a really interesting two-prong positioning that's coming out from Gladiators with an angle that's not yet available to Kai, looking for the supports and shots coming in, but health values are so low, and a Dragon Strike is going to consume them in this small upper room.
And I mean, I think that the idea from the Gladiators there is sound to kind of like do that split, because they know Gargoyle is going to have Gravitic Flux, but just the incoming damage with the Dragon Strike following up against that Gravitic Flux, just too much for Babel to deal with. And Houston Outlaws are running through this secondary phase here. And again, I don't think the Gladiators are going to be able to touch, especially with how good the posturing has been from the Houston Outlaws right now. And even if they try, Transcendence is available for Violet to keep them alive.
And Gargoyle gets the... Oh, that's just an instant pickup onto Babel. Happy now, at least being punished. Looking for a peek onto Kai, but down below towards the payload, you still see so much sustainability with the Transcendence from Violet. It allows them to reach these last couple of meters. Nobody can touch it. You are absolutely right. They are speed running this.
And I mean, I think that, again, when I was talking about earlier about this like matchup between Gargoyle and Danteh, Gargoyle is really just like putting his foot down, and it has like...
Happy is just waiting to find someone in the open crosshair. Shot goes wide, though, from Kai. Can't quite get Violet eliminated as that Discord Orb continues to be of value, but Kai finally gets one as Pelican plays a little bit more aggressively, but Shu takes the high ground with the Amplification Matrix. It's a Babel and Shu battle in the low ground, and Shu's just doing what they want.
I mean, Shu there just says, I don't care that you're my old team, I'm taking you out, and that's classic Shu right there.
Yep, we're gonna try now and see if we can go to this replay at the moment with the Shu 2K. As we do have this high ground angle, looking for a barrage of shots onto Kai. And we're even going to have that follow-up onto Babel. It's an Amp Matrix duel, and even with the assistance of Danteh, they still can't manage.
Dude, the chain is actually griefing him so hard during that. I'm pretty sure there's so many shots that are just hitting that chain, and it's not able to really, like, get the kills that he wants. Because his cursor's, like, right on him, but the chain is right there blocking some of those. And Gladiators, again, it's like... We talk about it, they need to hit these shots because they are getting this positioning, but if they can't figure out these picks, the angles are just so overwhelming for the Houston Outlaws here, and I love this aggression coming from them. They know they have 44 seconds to work with, so they can be as aggressive as they want. Even if they were to lose here, the card's gonna be pushing in overtime at the very most.
And if you see Happy or Pelican get a staggered pick right now out the gate, this is gonna be disastrous. Danteh is so low, but there is a great chance to shut down Shu. Amplification Matrix is still there, so for those within the angle, get the damage value boost. Oh, Lastro's got to survive. They're attempting to keep them going, but two are eliminated. Both supports are gone. 20 seconds. They're not going to be able to move as a unit through that doorway, and this is just falling apart for Los Angeles Gladiators.
I mean, Kai and kevster are trying to make it happen, but Gargoyle is still alive, and he's full health. If he can just secure these kills, it's going to be a win for Houston Outlaws, but he's struggling a bit. He needs to finish these members off.
He's chasing them down, round in the corner. The accretion doesn't land. The amplification is there. They've kept it into overtime. Now, Shu topping them up. They've bought some time, and they have the space. They're regrouping since it's slightly in favor of respawn advantage, and Danteh's now onto the Doom.
And there is a Transcendence available here for Lastro to keep them alive. Shu is dead. That's all the healing lost for Outlaws.
Kevster gets a second. Happy is down. They've bought just enough time, and they need only the remaining half of this second checkpoint. Danteh getting very heavily focused, drops below, uses the payload as well as an obstacle, and this is a few more seconds. They need one last engagement from Outlaws.
Has the power punch as well, going to see if he can find Violet in that backline. Gets chunked really heavily, but is going to be healed back up.
Yep. Utilizing the architecture to deny sightlines, the volley comes in, accretion down below, but the immortality field is there, and Lastro is down. The second falls through. Violet popping off. They have not chosen peace today. They've chosen violence, and that will be Outlaws managing to take the lead here, and you can see the Glads just stunned.
Because of the stragglers that were taken down, and when the Houston Outlaws come back into this fight, they're going to have to deal with Annihilation and potentially Nano Annihilation, which is a fight-winning ultimate combo in and of itself. Luckily, there are some countermeasures on the other side. They have the nano boost, and they also have a sound barrier.
Pelican denies the touch, the nano. Oh, the jump
vortex
doesn't work
so
because the vortex denies it, just clipping them on the outskirts. And now the annihilation is brought to the forefront. Babel has the nano boost if needed, and finally contributed towards the later end of that. There's so much armament and survivability onto Danteh, and the damage to follow through with it.
I mean, how smart is Danteh? I talked about it before. The vortexes that he uses to just make Winston's life miserable, it was just perfectly placed. Fearless is like 2 centimeters away from making that dive work, but because of that vortex pulling him back down, the nano dive gets absolutely no value, and the annihilation wipes the team. Match up a little bit easier for the Houston Outlaws because Danteh, if he's hacked, incredibly vulnerable to a lot of cooldowns on the Houston Outlaws side. So be on the lookout for where Happy is going to be going with a lot of these hacks to help out Fearless.
Yeah, the vortex was used so early, so Fearless has the green button to go, and Pelican weaving through the front line, getting 2 with the assistance of Happy. Pelican just with the pulse bomb is going to look to try and just continue to harass and damage that Danteh play. Looking for the back line, Babel has nowhere to go. They're locked in that lovely
Dante's to 3.
Okay. Danteh's actually managing to turn this around despite, I'm assuming that Houston was going to take this.
I mean, he does it again somehow during the crazy fight that was. Danteh walks to the back line with Nemesis form, kills both the supports, gets another one off the back end of that. This is Danteh just taking the game over right now on this Ramattra.
Running the lobby, the Omnic King is here from Danteh, as this now Annihilation is once again available with 3 other ults and potentially the 4th. And now it's Gladiators looking to once again hold the line.
Nano available for Shu right here. Probably going to throw it onto Fearless for an engagement. Can Los Angeles Gladiators deal with it?
There's the vortex up top on the bridgeway, so Fearless won't be able to come from that perspective, but there is a great dive with a nano boost onto Fearless. At this point, though, Glads is okay. They've got enough time to recover from this. They're nearing their ultimate. Danteh, yep, that is the instant response to this, and it is so beautifully done. They don't know from Outlaws how to handle this.
I mean, they can, and Fearless is going to, I mean, he has to primal. He's not going to die, but that's a pick you are totally fine taking. Trading ultimate like that, maybe he might not even kill FunnyAstro in this scenario, finally takes him down, but this is a worthwhile trade entirely for the Glads.
Babel harassed again. The double jump comes in due to the primal being removed, but Annihilation guarantees that Fearless goes down despite them taking a nap and shrinking just ever so slightly. It's still Gladiators in the driver's seat.
Bot is back in their control as well. 8 seconds left. This is last fight territory. Outlaws don't have anything. They need Happy to get towards this EMP.
Yeah. Everyone looking now at Happy. Happy barely survives. But the problem is that they're nowhere near. They can't get the EMP generated. They had to translocate out. So there's contention now from Fearless up towards the bot play in the corner. Nemesis form active in the back, though. The hack comes in. The EMP is available. Desperate plays call for desperate measures. Bolt supports are down. Danteh is low, but Dante's still on the field and looking for more to take down. That's their saving grace. And this distance, they have to keep it contested, but Kai gets double in this back position, and they are able to hold on to it. Los Angeles Gladiators are going to take us to a map 5, and Kenobi, our triple chant like Beetlejuice, is actually working.
It worked somehow, some way. We made it work. Map 5 again from the Gladiators. A perfectly played Esperanza from them. I think Danteh, maybe Dante's the best Ramattra in the league right now. The way he was just playing that map, absolutely impeccable. The vortexes perfectly placed, made Fearless's life miserable. The rotations of the ultimates as well. And just the fact that, like, every time it felt like Houston Outlaws got the fight that they wanted with their engagements, Danteh would just hit Nemesis form, walk at the back line and say, okay, you guys literally can't do anything to me. So yes, we may lose a fight in terms of just numbers, but what are you going to do without your supports? Can you push the bot? We're going to have respawns eventually. Like, Danteh really took over this game completely on Ramattra.
Yeah, really never has allowed a 5 stack from Houston Outlaws to come back into it strong, and that's going to be the strat that I think we're looking to see continue anytime in the moving forward. And I guarantee there's a lot of those sitting at home right now that are like, I'm probably going to use that idea.
Just try and get really aggressive here and get Danteh that annihilation to go even more so.
Yep. that's what they're going to look to lean into, but a separation here onto Kai is so vital for them. But with a return, Danteh does what we've seen before, go straight for the support line. They're nearing that annihilation with a photon barrier in the center. Nano boost onto Danteh, getting critically low, but Shatter knocks them down, but FunnyAstro is there once again, a second time for this. Fearless cannot follow up onto it. Now with the photon barrier gone and the wall up, trying to cause disruption to the team. Happy can't withstand the damage, and Gladiators are coming back into it, and they utilize the Annihilation.
Oh, the Annihilation gets so much work done, and Houston Outlaws, I think that they don't have the way back into this. You can see Gladiators are playing so far forward. Shu has no way to get back onto this point, 97%.
It's going to be so difficult. Can anybody even get there in time? They can't. This is Gladiators now taking the first round, and again, utilizing this map specifically for Danteh on this Ramattra, and now are only one round away from bringing another upset and finding themselves in the grand finals.
Houston Outlaws in last fight territory here. Los Angeles Gladiators only have this Annihilation to work with, and they're very close towards a beat from FunnyAstro.
Happy had to translocate out. They saw them underneath there. Catching him out is not what you want to see. Nade lands onto 2. So there's recovery. FunnyAstro top back up to go into this. Vortex is going to prevent Fearless from diving in if they stay close. The Annihilation active, going for the supports, as we've seen time and time again. You've got Outlaws dodging out of this. They're going to give space for the moment because they'll get one last shot.
One last shot, but they have EMP to work with. This is going to be a lot on Babel right here. Can Babel find a way to use this nano to keep one of the members alive who are hit by this EMP? Because Houston are going to come in with their own, and with that EMP, Houston cannot die in the neutral, though. That would be worst case scenario.
Yep. Patience. The control. The necessary end for Outlaws. The nano goes. Oh no! Kai gets the damage. It brings them out of the fight. Babel is gone. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The EMP in the back. It's 2 though. Pelican and Violet work together to try and turn this back. They need to get back to the point, but Danteh is here. Everyone from Glads. The upset is going to happen. They just need to eliminate the last few. We heard yesterday. Oh wait, but there's a dive back in. Fearless just looking to buy some more time, but they're constantly being picked up by Kai. There's no way that Houston Outlaws can come back from this. We heard the roars of victory yesterday, and today you can hear Gladiators once again saying, "Are you not entertained?"
The shoe, the slipper still fits. The Cinderella story continues for the Los Angeles Gladiators, taking down Atlanta and now taking down Houston. Everyone's brackets are shattered. The desk's brackets are shattered. There is no way anyone, besides probably just the Gladiators themselves, thought that they would be making